Welcome to Nolan Knows. This is a special edition on public education. As listeners to my radio program know, I'm against public education. I'm in favor of a complete separation of school and state. I don't like the idea that we tax your property, literally force you to rent your property from the county, because if you don't pay them, they'll take your property, and use it to educate somebody else's kids. If you have children, it's your responsibility to make sure they're fed, clothed, and they've got a roof over their heads. And it ought to be your responsibility to get them an education. Now, here's the rub. People think that an education is so costly and expensive that the entire county that you live in has to underwrite your children's education. But that isn't true. In fact, the reason education is so expensive is because it's publicly funded. In the private marketplace, you have competition. You have people fighting for your dollars. They run ads on TV. They come up with innovations. They come up with new ways to do whatever it is they do. The net result are things like the iPhone and the iPad and the watch and a car with a GPS unit built into the dashboard and airbags and all kinds of other fabulous inventions. Constantly, they're trying to teach you that they have the best value, so you'll part with your money. But when you come to public education, you don't have that kind of competition. You don't have that kind of competition and innovation because those schools are run by tax dollars and the government compels you to pay them. They have no incentive to get better. They don't have to fight for your dollar. They don't have to prove to you that they represent a better value. The net result is tons and tons of wasted money on bureaucracy, classes that you don't want your kids to take, lessons taught in ways you never imagined your kids would be taught. Imagine if we didn't have public schools. Not only would your taxes be lower, but look at the innovative ways you would be educating your children. They would be using the internet more. You'd be able to learn from home. They would have all kinds of private schools running ads trying to get you to give your money to their schools. And the barometer for their success would be the children that graduated in front of your children. If they're doing well, you say, that's a good school. You don't get those options with public schools. If you're not rich enough to send your kid to a private school, don't have enough free time to homeschool your kid, you have to send them to the public school in your neighborhood, no matter how much it stinks. If you want to improve education and the outcomes of kids in this country, eliminate public schools.